This is the story of Mortal Kombat's hidden menu, the code that took 20 years to crack. So what if I told you that there's a secret menu hidden in the original Mortal Kombat arcade games that stayed locked away for over 20 years? A secret Ed Boon himself put there with his initials on it, containing diagnostics, hidden messages, and even a way to play for free that no one actually knew about. It sounds crazy, but in 2015, a single tweet set off a chain of events that unlocked this decades-old mystery. So today, we're digging up the story behind Mortal Kombat's longest hidden secret, the infamous EJB menu. Let's talk about the most mysterious Mortal Kombat discovery of the past decade, a developer bug menu known as the EJB menu. It was secretly built into the arcade versions of MK1, 2, 3, and UMK3, but it remained locked away for over 2 decades. When it was finally found, it wasn't just a basic menu. It contained tools, hidden messages, and even a bonus game that no one expected. This is a story of 90s gaming culture, clever reverse engineering, and a secret that slipped past millions of players for years. In the early 1990s, arcades weren't just entertainment. They were community hubs. The glow of the CRT, the sound of coins clinking, and the roar of the fatality. This was gaming's golden age. Mortal Kombat burst onto the scene in 1992 and quickly became one of the most iconic arcade games ever. Digitized actors, real blood, and brutal finishing moves made it a magnet for players and controversy. But it wasn't just violence that drew crowds. Mortal Kombat was shrouded in mystery. Players whispered about hidden fighters, secret stages, and unlockable endings. And some of those rumors were true. MK1 hid Reptile behind a set of cryptic clues. Messages like, "Look to the Luna." If you fulfilled the right conditions, you'd be transported to fight a green ninja under the pit stage. Mortal Kombat 2 expanded the mythos with Smoke, Jade, and Noob Saibot. Secret characters, hidden battles, and even an Easter egg pond game if you logged enough matches. Back then, secrets weren't like patched in as they were today. They were burned into the boards, and yet one of the biggest secrets of all remained hidden. In 2015, more than 2 decades after the first arcade game hit arcades, co-creator Ed Boon posted a tweet that reignited the community. He claimed that not all secrets had been found, that MK1, 2, 3, and UMK3 still had hidden, undiscovered Easter eggs. That single tweet set off a global hunt. Forums lit up. ROM hackers and arcade enthusiasts dove into the game's code. Thousands of players had already combed through these games, and yet something had slipped through. Not long after that tweet, a curious programmer found something strange buried in the ROM. A string referencing an EJB menu. EJB? Ed J. Boon? Could this be the missing piece? Soon, they discovered it was a hidden test menu that wasn't documented anywhere. Not in any service manuals, not any old interviews, but it was real. To unlock it, you had to input a precise pattern using the block buttons on both player 1 and player 2 sides during the attract mode. For MK1, it was a complex button sequence. The odds of somebody accidentally putting in that in a real arcade was astronomically low. But once people had tried it, the menu appeared, not just in MK1, but in also MK2, 3, and Ultimate MK3. The EJB menu was more than just a debug screen. It was a full suite of tools and Easter eggs. It contained diagnostics, coin and play audits, Ermax counter, hello screen, initials and endings, enable hidden characters, and the list goes on. Another major discovery came from the YouTuber Your MK Arcade Source, who demonstrated a hidden free play exploit. By navigating the EJB menu in just the right way, He discovered a method to enable free credits, essentially unlocking unlimited play without inserting a single coin. Can you imagine if that had been discovered back in the 90s? Say a kid walks up to the machine, taps in a secret code and suddenly starts playing for free? It would have blown minds and probably set off alarms with arcade operators. It was like the control panel behind the curtain, and no one knew it was there. In Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate MK3, the EJB menu went even deeper. You could toggle hidden characters on and off, no unlocks needed, and there was also a fatality demonstration mode that played every finisher in the game back to back. And then there was the wildest discovery, a fully playable bonus game listed as the Panacho Miller game. It was a Galaga-style Space Invader shooter, named after the developers Mark Panacho and Kent Miller. It started with the message, "Beware of the realm of Relim and Ochenep." That's their names spelled backwards. This wasn't just a joke, it was a real game, with enemies, scoring, and fast-paced gameplay, all hidden in Mortal Kombat's code. So what if it had been discovered in the 90s? Imagine someone finding this in 1993, watching every ending, putting your name on the leaderboard without even playing, unlocking characters with a tap. You'd be an arcade god, but it never happened. The sequence was just too obscure, and the hint never came. For over 20 years, the EJB menu sat undisturbed, a secret hidden in plain sight. When it was finally uncovered, the EJB menu became a symbol of everything we love about the arcade era. Mystery, discovery, and the joy of finding something you weren't supposed to. It wasn't just a debug tool, it was a time capsule, a dev's quiet message to the future. In the world of Mortal Kombat, the fights never end, and the secrets, they're still out there.